Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaac, and this is my discussion post for health law and bioethics. So we're going to be getting into Mahoney versus BL. This is about the Snapchat cheerleader that did not make the varsity cheer team. So she vented her frustrations and she went off campus and she made a video and posted it on social media. And that video basically said, F cheer, F softball, F the school, F everything, right? So a teammate saw the video, he then posted it, or he then passed that video to the coaches, and then the school decided to suspend this person for 1 year. She already didn't make the team, but they decided to suspend her for a year. So her parents argued that the school had no right to punish her for speech that was made off campus. So they ended up taking this they sued them. This ended up going to district, third, and then Supreme Court, in which they won on every level. So the question then becomes, can a school punish students for making such remarks off campus? And the courts basically said they kind of can and they kind of can't. I mean, sometimes they can, but you have less power when it comes off campus. So there's a saying, and the saying goes, we must protect the superfluous in order to preserve the necessary. So sometimes you have to allow certain things to take place in order to be protected. So that's so as an athletic director, I'm probably going to pull that student to the side and I'm going to have a conversation with that student, letting that student know that, hey, you can't make those type of remarks. I understand you're frustrated. I understand it was in a moment, but we got to be a professional on and off campus because we're representing the school on and off campus, right? You're still one of our athletes, you're still representing us, and we kind of need you to refrain from that type of language and that type of behavior when things don't necessarily go your way. But I don't think I would have necessarily suspended that student for an entire year. Now we get into championship week, and I'm beginning to realize already the stress that you deal with as an athletic director. I mean, I didn't realize what they dealt with on a daily basis. This is a lot. So one of the athletes for one of the sports teams did not want to participate in prayer. This is a thing that takes place before every game. And that athlete spoke out, and he felt that this is becoming expected instead of just voluntary. Meaning I don't have to do it if I don't want to because this is voluntary. I have a faith that I believe in, and I may not want to pray with you guys right now. Maybe I'm not in the mood to pray with you guys right now. In that instance, I think as an athletic director, I think I would most likely have a talk with that student. Definitely not violate his rights to speak and to share his frustrations, but I think I would have a talk with that student. Another situation that takes place championship week, there's a televised game and an athlete calls out the school for the resources that are distributed. So the athletic director of that school issued a 1-game suspension. So the athlete was not given any advance notice of the rule that was violated. He had no opportunity to respond. He was literally just suspended, and that was basically the issue. So that is a violation of Amendment 1, his ability to have free speech and speak his mind. As an athletic director, I'm going to pull him aside and I'm going to say, if you have an issue, you talk to the coaches, you talk to the staff, you talk to me as an athletic director. We don't necessarily want you to put us on blast on national television because you are representing our school, and this makes us look bad. We kind of have a black eye right now. So I think I'd speak to him, but I wouldn't violate his rights, and I don't think I would suspend him for a year either. Maybe, wait. Okay, he just had a 1-game suspension. He wasn't suspended for a year. I don't really think that's too harsh, a 1-game suspension. I think that's fine, but I don't think I would have did more than that. The next issue is we had an anonymous tip about an athlete using a prohibited substance. So they go into the athlete's locker and they see that he has supplements that had been a violation of the team rules. So he was suspended from competition. That is immediately a violation, I believe, of his 4th Amendment. Give me 1 second. That is a violation of his Fourth Amendment, yes, because they went to search and seizure without probable cause, without any type of warrant. They went in his personal items and they took everything out. Now, this is a violation because it is a rule, but they should still have probable cause before they go into that. Even with the tip, I think things should have possibly been done a little bit better. And then finally, we have the even playing field. You have the men's team that travel by charter buses and they're practicing at primary complexes and they get regular promotion. And then you have the women's team and they travel in vans, they practice off-site facilities, and they get minimal promotion. I think this is a violation of Title IX. When it comes to gender equality, there should be the same amount of promotion and the same amount of resources given to the male and female teams, no matter what the sport is. Now, we know when it comes to sports on NCAA, on NAIA, whatever the division that you play in, there's going to be more emphasis on male athletes or male sports, because a lot of times the advertisers are willing to put money into those areas, especially if they're generating a lot of money, like the football team, the basketball team, so on and so forth. So I think that was a violation of Title IX. And I'm beginning to have more and more respect for the athletic director position, because you see firsthand what they deal with on a daily basis. So I look forward to you guys' response. Thank you so much for your time. This was my discussion post for health law and bioethics. Thank you.